Okay, good morning, my people. Welcome to Good Morning Anambra today. Today is Tuesday, yes, the 27th day of September. September is almost gone. Okay, now that we are here, we'd like to welcome you family to our transmission today and to ask you to stay with us because we have lined up beautiful programs for your viewing pleasure today. My name is Sijama Uche and I love you. Stand by now. Okay, welcome again. Joining me this morning to look at what the papers are saying Mr. Simon Nwa for Eze Ofoma. He's a public affairs analyst. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, the Anambra, and all our viewers all over the world.
Okay. And I also have Joy Mbachi. Joy Mbachi is a veteran journalist and also a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Joy.
Good morning, viewer. The Anambra Otito Manu. My greetings to the whole world watching us at the moment.
Okay, you're welcome. As usual, we begin from the beginning. That's from the ABS website, where we'll have about 3 major news items making the rounds. The first one says ABS receives AME Best Radio Station Award. Wow. And then Amansi Ezes of Enugu Onitsha Old Road under reconstruction will be opened to traffic soon. And then 2023, INEC restates commitment to use of BVAS, electronic transmission of results. Okay, so we may want to start with the number one news to congratulate us. Let me congratulate myself and my colleagues, and then the MD, Chido Obidiegu, and a whole lot of people doing the best here. You may seize the opportunity to congratulate us, Joy.
I'm not surprised because Anambra Broadcasting Service has been known from the time of Nze Uche Nwora. So I'm not expecting anything less from the present MD. So I say congratulations to Anambra Broadcasting Service.
Okay, thank you.
Let me join also to congratulate the management and staff of ABS. Some of us who are friends and who frequent this place know that there has been a lot of improvement, just as she said, from the time of the past MDs, especially the most recent predecessor of the present MD. So we join to congratulate the staff and to ask that you keep the light burning.
Okay. Of course, we are the light of the nation. We don't have any other business here than to make sure the light is always on. Thank you. So we'll move on. Amansi Ezes of Enugu Onitsha Old Road under reconstruction will be opened to traffic soon. And as we very much know that we'll have a very bad precedent when it comes to roads now. Maybe because of years of neglect, and then the recent rainfall that did not do us better this year. So, but now the roads are wearing new looks.
Yes, you've said it all. Even when I was coming now, some of our roads are in pitiable condition. But I thank God that, just as you said, a journey of 1,000 kilometers starts with a single step. The government has just entered. It is years of neglect, as you said. And then because of I had when our governor was with the vice president discussing about the environmental condition of Anambra State. The comment he said, the comments he made were impressive. So that when he described the percentage of devastation erosion has done to Anambra State, it is unbelievable. And I thank God that he is following it. He's a person who is focused, who knows his what. So he knows how to follow all those things. So I commend the government, and I employ that we keep it up so that people can see actually the difference between O and the O.
I want to lend your voice too.
Actually, I wouldn't say that I'm commending anybody, but I have to confirm that the state of roads in Southeast Anambra State is in a very, very bad shape. And since the solution, I guess the solution that is taking that up, I commend him for that, because I know that road is a federal road. So for him to have the good of the people of Anambra and those that make use of the Southeast Road without waiting for the federal government to start work, I commend him on that. And at this point, I think it is very, very obvious that we should ask the federal government, we should plead with them to look at our Southeast Road. They are death traps, and things need to be done very fast about it. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. 2023 INEC resets commitment to use of BVAS and then electronic transmission of results. Mr. Ezo of FORM. Did I get that name? Okay. Yes. Do you see anything that will make us fail in this election?
Yes, we must continue to have hope. And I think the things put in shape someone will expect that we have a better and a credible election. If the INEC fails to deliver this time, I don't think that, because the president had signed the electoral bill, which was postponed for so many times. And then this electronic transmission is another step that will help to curb the snatching of ballot boxes, manipulation of results, and so on and so forth. So people can now sit at the polling unit there and they know what the results are. And they will be transmitted immediately to the collection center. So INEC has no reason to fail the masses. And you can see that the people are now eager to have their votes count. People will not receive, people may react in a way that is if their votes fail to count. So INEC have to watch it and then make sure that they deliver.
Very important. Yes, there's this speculation, Joy, that the BVS, the last time it was tried, was just here, that up there, that people just, come out and vote without accreditation through this BVS or whatever. Do you see that happening in this general election?
Well, my answer will go in two ways. Two ways in the sense that I wouldn't want to be pessimistic about it not going the right way. But we keep being hopeful in Nigeria. Every time INEC we say we are ready, we are fully ready, we are this and that. And at the end of it, the tail end stories just start flying in. So for me, I am just praying, I'm just asking God to touch the hearts of these umpires, electoral umpires, to do the needful. Because if they do what they should do, the people's vote counts, then we're going somewhere. I think Saturday, October 1, will be 62. And we're still talking about whether our vote will count or not. We're still talking about electoral malpractices. I think Nigeria should be giants of Africa in this area. So I'm being very, very hopeful that things might go the right way this time around.
Thank you. Let's now venture into the papers to find out exactly what is trending. My first paper this morning is the New National Star. And on the front page of the New National Star, I have a banner bold line that said, why we cannot support Tinubu Atiku. Afenifere is saying that, or rather confirming that, reaffirming that because they've said that before, why we cannot support Tinubu Atiku. This one is coming from Afenifere with the writer there, PCC, Tinubu begs APC governors. Okay, but under the name template of that newspaper, we'll have other stories. The first one there said, coalition fumes over killing of Igbo businessmen in Kano during P2B's visit. And then this goes alert public to back out To Black House as national grid collapses again. Police parade kidnap kingpin, others in Bayelsa. Okay, and then down here I have this one. ASUU strike. Federal government withdraws order to reopen universities. Federal government withdraws order. Yesterday we heard about that the universities have been ordered to open school, and we started wondering where the order is coming from while they are still talking. Okay, let's look at another paper before we'll start analyzing them. The Daily Sun is my next paper this morning. Beside the name template, I have Atiku storms Enugu as Southeast receives Okowa as Igbo son today. Okay, but the banner headline there says 2023 APC presidential campaign crisis widens. Let's look at the riders. The first one says some governors, National Working Committee, that's NWC, complain may stay away from inauguration tomorrow. Then the second rider says list not conclusive, campaign director. And then no plan to sack Keyamo as spokesperson, presidency is saying this. And down here I have ASUU. Federal government makes U-turn on resumption order with a rider withdraws memo asking VCs to reopen varsities. Nobody's listening to anybody these days. I don't know what is going on. Okay, and then other stories coming from. Display said blackout as national grid collapses again. Bandits threaten to kill newborn mother, sisters if 50 million naira ransom is not paid in 48 hours. Ow. 2023, again, Obi gets pan-Yoruba group's endorsement. With a rider there, Afenifera describes APC, PDP's candidates as spent forces. Wow. Okay. 2023 polls, INEC to deploy cumbersome measures to determine winners, calls for issue-based campaigns. Saraki, Ayim, Shakarau, Secondos, others named Atiku campaign advisors. Nnamdi Kanu's release crucial to peace in Southeast, APC chief said this. Okay, let's start talking. The banner headline from the National Stars, the new National Star says why we cannot support Tinubu, and Atiku Afenifera is reaffirming this because they have said that before.
Yes, and you can see that even the two papers captured that in different headlines. And that is, that shows that I hope that we will be sincere to the statements, and that the followers of these ethnic groups will also understand the part the leaders are doing. Because just as the Sun captured the way they put it, they said they called them spent forces. And they cannot have a better description. They have disappointed. I was speaking here the other day. I said some people are praying that the people who paralyzed this nation, maybe their families and the economy will be paralyzed. Because we cannot continue in this way. So that is why they describe them as spent forces. And it's only a blind man that will see a pit and fall into it. A reasonable man cannot see a pit and he still go to fall into it. So we pray that people will read the handwriting on the wall and do the needful.
Okay, and we'll bring it together with this other story now that we have talked about these people. 2023 APC presidential campaign crisis widens. I don't understand why the problems are rearing its ugly heads from different political parties, PDP, APC, just as campaign is starting tomorrow. What is going on, Joy?
Actually, it's not surprising to me. But before I go into that, I want to say my mind about what you said, those people not doing the right thing, that their families and all that. No. Please, I always say whatever sin I commit, let me go with that sin. The families should be left out because they might not know what I'm doing. Then coming to the question of what is happening in APC, PDP, you see, our God works in a mysterious way. Our thinking have never been his way, and it will never be his way. Let that crisis continue in this party so that the right thing, the people will think very well. Because at times we get confused because of the bread and butter. But if crisis comes up here and there, I think our sanity will come back very quickly to us.
Yes.
So whatever that is causing that problem in this mega party, so to say, let it continue, because they have failed us. We've given them our mandate, we've trusted them, and at the end of it, we can have nothing to say. At 62 years of existence, we are still talking about a lot of things that should be at the back age. Please, I pray that those crises should continue in a very big, level, so that the people will think very well and go the right way.
Okay.
Sorry, just as I said one time, I captured it, let the confusion continue.
Yeah.
Just in the same thing. And then what I'm saying, I'm not saying that their children will suffer or the family will suffer. What I'm saying, some of them are doing these things just maybe to prepare future for their family so that they will be in paradise. And when that economy, and when their pocket is then that their expectation will not be fulfilled, because they have paralyzed the nation in order to prepare a paradise on earth for their children yet unborn.
Okay, gentlemen, let's move on. As to strike, federal government makes U-turn on resumption order. Joy, I'm coming to you. Just yesterday they gave the order, and today they are withdrawing the orders. What exactly is going on?
Do you know why I quick smile a bit when you call the topic? I have 2 undergraduates in my house, and I'm not happy they are back home. My son's supposed to have graduated 2020, and he's still back home. Even at that, I am supporting ASUU 100%. The federal government never paid the school fees of the lecturers. They went to school, decided to impart some skills into the younger generation. And the federal government, instead of listening to them, they are there dishing orders. They can decide not to be lecturers anymore. So the best thing they did was that their decision taken back. They should have a human face. That's the way I'm looking at it. When they give orders, now they don't have money to do what the ASUU is asking for. But they are planning heavily for the campaign. So which one is more important? The future of our youths? Is it the future of our youth that is more important to the campaigns they are planning? And I see, if things continue this way, I doubt if that election will hold. Because we can't keep our youths, the future generation of this country, people who we are looking at when we are very old, that will come and say, Mommy, take this or that. You keep them back home, and you want them to be criminals. So I commend the federal government for thinking very fast by withdrawing that their order. It was very, very undemocratic. And I think we're in democratic dispensation. So we should do things the right way.
Okay. Yeah, Atiku storms Enugu as Southeast receives Okowa as Igbo Sun today. Today is Tuesday. I think the campaign is starting tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
That's the confusion we are talking about. Look at this policy of federal government as regards to education.
1 second. Yeah, hello. Good morning.
Hello, Madam.
Odemasa, good morning.
Good morning.
Dalo.
There.
If any man ambassador lady, what the people about, if they don't get the
Okay, go ahead.
Drama, federal government in Africa, going to water down in an eye, or the government high, I do. Some of all high, I do. Wake up, the federal government is the 14th of February. From where we get about us. That's only how we need each other. They should do this, they should do that. This problem between federal government and us is not the problem of this year. It was not the problem of last week. This problem was the problem of 2019, 2009. Separate it among the number of years. 2009 is today how many years? In Akoroma Aganda, this issue open school, without doing anything.
Okay. Okay, sir. That look, Oga, we still have other papers to review.
My conclusion is that APC government, it is time to tell them you should know all this drama.
All right, thank you, sir. Dalo. Punch newspaper is my next paper. The Punch newspaper banner headline here says 24 hours to campaigns. INEC can Sultan one party's supporters against violence. So we're still coming back to what we were talking about. Let's look at this once before we continue. We're running short of time. Okay, down here, still coming from Punch. Amotekun Akeredolu insists on arms. Afenifere knocks federal government. Okay, you may have heard about what Akeredolu said about arming the Amotekuns, since those of them in the north were fully armed. Okay, Daily Trust is our next paper. There's quiet in APC over composition of campaign team with the riders there. Osibanjo Amechi's silence raises dust. Tinubu begins campaign with prayer session. Council fails to issue letters to nominees, and then we are open to working with all, coming from spokesperson. Other stories coming from the Daily Trust. Federal government backtracks withdraws order to reopen varsities. INEC warns parties candidates against hate speech. And then bandits kill police inspector, 3 others, abduct dozens in Kaduna and Katsina states. Okay, down here, flood cuts off Lokoja Highway, submerges houses and worship centers. Too bad, and the flood is still coming. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome. What's your name?
This is Idoko from Lagos.
Idoko from Lagos. Welcome.
Yeah. Just I want to kind of advise is that we should be somehow matured or diplomatic in our expression. Party doesn't belong to a tribe or particular religion. And because somebody is in the party today doesn't mean he will always be in that party forever. So what I'm saying is that in a situation whereby some people are cursing other party or even praying for that fall of other party, it doesn't make sense. Instead, you tell tell the country what you can do for them. And mind you, because I'm APC or PDP, doesn't mean that if I see a better candidate in another party, I cannot vote for the person there. But by the time you are cursing other party, those people might also develop hatred on the other, even on our own country. So let us be, somehow diplomatic in our expression. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Idoko. Thank you. Okay. Nigerian Tribune is my next paper. Following public outcry. Federal government, you can drop for me, please. Okay, thank you. Following public outcry, federal government withdraws circular ordering visits to reopen school. We have seen that story. That's coming from Tribune. And then Daily Independent, confusion as federal government retracts order asking visits to reopen varsities. Disquiet in PDP over Atiku's choice of campaign spokesman. It does appear the stories are just repeating themselves in all the papers. And then we were talking about the visit of Atiku and then Okowa to Enugu State.
Yes, no, there's no problem with that. The only thing is, as we said, I wonder, is it a campaign, is it a flag off of a campaign? Because campaign is yet to start from tomorrow.
Okay, but they've been going around. Consulting.
This consultation is not supposed to be an open rally like this one now being planned, because this is an indirect, but there's no problem. And they said that the Igbos were coming, what
their son, Okowa, their son.
Yet, Ohaneze, which is the umbrella body of the Igbos, saying that PDP has disappointed them and then they are no longer. So I wonder which are the Igbos. But that notwithstanding, everyone is free.
It's free.
It's free to organize a rally, a gathering, and so on and so forth. Okay. The only thing is when we come into the field, we know those who are the players, and then how we pass the ball to score goals. Okay,
let's look at this story, Joy, coming from Punch. 24 hours to campaign INEC, Khan, Sultan, one party supporters against violence. Do we envisage any kind of violence, and what do you think that could cause that?
Actually, in any public activities, especially when it involves political issues, you should expect, there should be rooms, security challenges, you should expect that kind of stuff because, when we go out there to do campaign, the learned, the unlearned, everybody is out there. So my level of understanding of what the candidates are saying, the way I can react to it, it's not the same way unskilled person will do. Therefore, such things are expected. They are not out of place. They are not out of place at all. But the point is that they have just made a request that people should go on issue-based campaign. We, the voters, should just listen. There is no need castigating anybody. I look at those parties, PDP, APC, whatever party, as a political vehicle. Anybody is free to be in any political party you want to be. We are voting individuals, not just the party. And somebody was saying that you can be in a party too. If you do that, you are doing anti-party activities.
Okay, 1 minute, please. Yeah, hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
This is Talk and Do calling from Ghana.
Talk and Do from Ghana. You're welcome.
Yes, Talk and Do calling from Ghana.
Okay, go ahead.
So the major problem we have in Nigeria is that since we have decided to legislate in order to select somebody that will lead us, it's a discount and a glass to Nigerian youth. We should do it in such a way that we should want to contest as councillor, come to your community and campaign. If you campaign, the party will come and vote for the person that they like, not for you to come some set of people for you to pay them in order for you to emerge against majority interest. That is one big problem that we have to take in Nigeria. Secondly, I'm interested on the person that lost his life, the business, evil business person in Ghana that lost his life. What leads to him losing his life? I want to know. Thirdly, I find it very supporting P2B to be the president of Nigeria. One, we should know that Hausa, Yoruba, and other places have ruled Nigeria, and we have not seen greater changes. Let's also try somebody from Igbo. They will know the best for us as a person.
Okay.
Next time we can, if we want to change the system, we can change it.
Okay.
Lastly, the elderly people, God knows why they keep them alive. For them to tell us today what is happening. That is why when you see the truth and you don't tell the truth, like we said, that the thing of the fathers will be used to be used, visited on the children. I like the way they are doing, even if it is not from their mind. For them saying it from, if it's not from their mind, for them saying it in their mind, may God bless them for that.
All right.
Thank you, ABS, for giving us that opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, bros. I hope you guys are good there. Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, we wanted to talk about the Motoko and arming them by Akeredolu.
Yes,
okay, but before you say that, our brother from Ghana, Talk and Do, asked about what happened in Kano. There are some of these stories that we'll try to play down, not to hit the polity. We know we have insecurity in Nigeria, so these things are neither here or there. Okay, so sometimes, it's our duty to play it down.
Yes, but
actually I like how
he pointed that because we cannot be probating and reprobating in Nigeria. If we are saying that we are one Nigeria, let us show it by our. So what I'm saying is, as you said, we have insecurity challenges in Nigeria. But let it not be that some powers that be or policy makers are sponsoring it indirectly. I think that is where it will not augur well for the nation. So people who ought to know, supposed to know, and to teach the masses better, so that we have a coexistence. Let it not.
Thank you. Why would the militia? No, not militia. What do you call it? Whatever they're called, that were raised in Castina, were armed, and that of the Amateku in
that
the
is
West
the same thing we are
armed.
saying, because what is good for the goose is supposed to be good for the gun. So that is how we will show that we are one. That's the same, in the same line. Because when you say, when in Igbo, we used to say,
Sorry, let me come in, in this line.
But before you come in, let's see who has joined us. Yeah, hello. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Hello?
Good morning, sir. You are here. What's your name? Okay, go ahead, Joe.
Okay, we're talking about security issue. My own opinion, simple states, if those people up there is being backed up by allowing them to have gun, whether in southeast, southwest, every security operative owned by the state or community should be allowed to do so.
That is the same.
And it is I think it is the major duty of the lawmakers. Our lawmakers should stand up for us. And that is why we put them there. They should be able to tell the executive, let everything be fair. As a Rotarian, we will say, what you are doing, is it fair to all concerned?
Okay, you pay me for that. All right, let's go. Let's move on. Let's look at other papers because we don't have enough time in our hands again. The Nation newspaper is a newspaper this morning. Akeredolu, no going back on plan to arm Amotekun, and that's the major story we'll have coming from there. Okay, then this day newspaper, Autumn breaks with Wike, says he is not supporting Ayu's removal. He don't say it, politicians. Let's look at the riders. Reaffirms confidence in his ability to lead party to victory. And the PDP stakeholders pressure Atiku to do what? To prevail on the chairman to quit. And then Dino Melaya, we are not threatened by our competitors. Who are the competitors? You're a member of the same party. SVP appoints Saraki Anyim Shakarao, secondus, others, a special advisor. Other stories coming from here. Buhari meets ExxonMobil president in New York. I think he's back now. And then the last paper before we just give a final bite is the Guardian newspaper. INEC unveils ground rules for hitch-free, issue-based campaigns. Okay, that's beautiful. And then Fragment makes you who has seen that story. Okay, Autumn, governor of Benue State, breaking away from the Wike camp. How do you describe that? I mean, looking at what we expect during this electioneering campaign, where you think that you are with me and tomorrow I'll shoot you at your back and then...
Sorry. Let me just laugh over this situation at the moment. Whether he breaks away or not, or whether he supports Wike or not, what we should be thinking, are we credible? How honest are we as elders? What are we showing the younger generation? Their chairman said, if this happens, if the seat goes to North, I will resign. Why won't he keep to that word? He should be able to stand by that. And that will tell us the kind of people we look up to as leaders. So you are doing politics of infrastructure, stomach infrastructure, and not for the development of the country.
And not
we should be selfless in our political issues.
Not only that, you see the politics of ethnicity and maybe because why Autumn are from Benue State, and yes. the people. Their people has warned Autumn not to support. You see, that is why a whole Autumn now. But you know why I'm not concerned with this? As I said, let the confusion continue. It is blessing in disguise. Yeah. Because Wike also, in law we used to say, he who comes to equity must come with a clean hand. And who wants the equity, we do equity. Yeah. Wike has not treated the Southeast, or he has not been shown equity in his handling of PDP and other issues. Now this is coming as a boomerang. So let him dance the music he set rolling. I was surprised the day I had Wike singing Enyendeba, 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 Enyendeba. I did not know Wike was can speak Igbo like that. But he denied that he's not Igbo. So that is it. But now it has come. All of them are now.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank you. It's been a very worthwhile one this morning. Very exciting session. And I'd like to thank you, Mr. Simon Nwafor Ezofom, a public affairs analyst, for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much. And Anambra and all our viewers, we expect the better tomorrow. And I congratulate the government, saying that let us continue in the line of dialoguing with the transportation issue, environmental issues, so that our society will be better.
Okay. And then Joy Mbachi, a veteran journalist and a public affairs analyst too. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, it has been my pleasure to be here and to have this great discussion. My own prayer is that our country will grow from strength to strength. And I want to thank our amiable governor for what he is doing, and I pray that he will not be distracted. To you, our great MD, Chido himself, keep the good work going in ABS. We are going places. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And that's the newspaper session this morning. You do stand by as we bring you other programs we have lined up for your viewing pleasure this morning. My name is Sijama. Thank you for joining us.